up, y'all? What up, y'all? What up? Well, today, Sunday morning, it's the 12th, January 12th. Yeah, I'm on the road right now, headed up to Clemson. I got some business up in Clemson I gotta go tend to today. I was gonna take my son and stuff, but I'm solo today. But lips, right? But yeah, so I'm working on a video for y'all that's actually going through and showing y'all how to create a budget. I guess this could be like a lead up to it, so I got time to kind of talk. If you have not balanced your finances for the month, you need to do this. So what you need to do is go and have everything. The check that you get for the first needs to pay all the bills that are due after the first, up until the 15th. So what I mean is, when you get paid for the first of the month, typically that's when people pay their rent, typically. You want to, with that first check, you want to be able to pay the rent on the first, is usually between the first and the third before they start taxing you, or your mortgage, which they usually give you a 15-day window for that. You want to pay those, either one of those. You want to pay, let's just say, your phone bill that's due on the 10th. Usually if you got kids, daycare is weekly or bi-weekly, so you pay daycare for the first half of the month. Anything that has a due date, it says bill due on the 1st through the 15th. Anything through that. That's where you want to come out of that check. Then, for your check that you get on the 15th or later, everything that comes after that, between the 15th and the end of the month, so the 15th through the 31st, or the 30th, or the 29th, or the 28th, whichever one it is for that month. You want to set those bills to come out on those days. And the reason for this is because you're not only balancing your finances, you're balancing your life. Because from check to check, you want to already know what you're doing with it before it ever even comes. Usually we know what we're doing with it before it ever even comes in a negative way. But this situation, you want to know what is going with it, to where you can have that peace of mind of knowing that, hey, as soon as this check comes, I already know exactly where it goes, and all I have to do is just move the money once it comes in. Like it takes a lot of stress out of the guessing work when it comes to balancing a budget. I've been doing this for over 15 years now, probably since 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. But I'm doing it so long, and before that, like, I couldn't believe how simple it was when somebody sat me down and showed me how to do it. And somebody actually it was actually me and my wife. We went and sat down with a finance counselor. It wasn't really a financial advisor, but it was just a finance counselor. And we wasn't in no debt or anything. We were just trying to figure out better ways to do it and utilize the resources that we had at the time. So we had access to one, so we went and did that. It was one of the most eye-opening times we ever did, and one of the most eye-opening times of our life. So when you're setting this up, you also want it to be balanced to where what you have to spend, like if you have like an expense for yourself, play money or whatever you want to call it, or whatever you do call it, you want to have that same amount from each check. So if you got $100 or $150 or however much more of your own spending play money from each check, you want to have that for the first check, and you want to have that for the second check. That way you don't feel like you are barely getting by one check and skating by on the next check. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. Like I was saying earlier though, I'm working on a video that actually shows you how to do this. Gives you some basics of Excel spreadsheets, and I'm gonna walk you through the one that I use, what it looks like, how to create it, how to set it up. And that video is taking longer than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a quick video, but yeah. So that's what you want to do. You want to have a balance from the 1st to the 15th, from the 15th to the 30th. So anything that you would have from the 1st, there's a lot that comes out of the first check, because rent, whatever check rent or mortgage come out of, is usually the most, is usually the check that has the most that comes out of it. For instance, my rent is $2,400, and so that's a big whop out of anybody's check. I don't know if there could be a bigger bill than that, other than a mortgage or rent. I don't know nobody who got no car note that ridiculous or anything like that. I don't know. You let me know if there's something that's bigger than me. Yeah, man. So I know I'm on the road. I know I'm babbling, but yeah. Balance your checkbook that way. Balance your finances that way. Balance your month that way. And it's just, I just came back to it. You want to balance all the way down. You want to budget all the way down to the last dollar that you have of that check, of every check. And what that does is that gives a place for every dollar that you earn. And in that way, you know where everything goes. There's no guesswork. When it comes to like getting your money together, getting your finance right, you want to take all the guesswork out of it. When you take all the guesswork out of it, that's what helps you. You don't have to, you don't have to get up in the morning and guess what time you're gonna be at work. You know what time you gotta be there. You know what time lunch is, and you know what time you gotta get off. For most people. That right there alone is one thing you don't have to guess. You set your alarm clock in the morning, boom, you get up at that time, you get ready, you go to work. Same thing with kids schedule if you got any kids. Same thing with bills. You know when rent coming, you know what day is coming. You know what all this stuff is things that you don't realize that you don't have to worry about, because you know they're gonna send you that bill. You know that bill coming. So when it comes to your own stuff, you gotta implement some of them same things into your own life, into your own, your own financial life, your own money life. However, the two words, I can't really think right now why they come together. But yeah, so do that. Like I said, you can also, ask me some questions. Alright, if you want my email address, I can put that in there. It might already be in there in the bio to the page or something. But if you want my email address, you can shoot me an email and I answer any questions, or you can just drop them in the comments. I answer any questions that way too. But yeah, man, that video is coming. I'll probably have it out. I'll try to have it out tomorrow, but I'm not sure what time I'm getting on today. Like I said earlier, I drive up to Clemson. I live in Georgia, but I drive up to Clemson, South Carolina today. So I'm paying attention to a little tidbit of something I learned recently. They say better friends is busy friends. So if you got friends that's never busy, might not ever be busy. So y'all both need to get y'all some business and be busy. And it's because people who got stuff going on, people who are working on something, people who are trying to change their life, are busy people. They're not sitting around worrying about what everybody else is doing all the time, all day, to where they ain't doing nothing for themselves. That ain't how it works. But yeah, man, so balance those budgets. I'll show you. I'll drop that video and show y'all, and we'll go from there. All right, man. I'll holler at y'all.